All right. Be live. Just checking to make sure. All right. Yeah, we're live. All right. Welcome everybody to the stream. Starting off here with a tornado that is on the ground here in North Dakota. Over here south of Adams, there's our area of rotation. And it is on the ground here near 35. If you guys live near Lincoln, you guys need to be in your safe spots there. Again, this is a observed tornado confirmed by weather spotters out over here in North Dakota. So again, if you live in Lincoln, make sure that you guys are in your safe spots. Back over here near Grand Forks, we also have severe thunderstorm warning with some 70-mile-per-hour winds and golf ball sized hail about to move into Davidson and Euclid there in Minnesota. Further down to the south here in North Dakota, have a storm back over here with some 1.5-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Page. And then a little bit further down to the south in South Dakota, got a couple of storms back over here near Esteline. I think that's how you say that. But they're going to be allowing that to expire in a minute. It will be interesting to see if they rewarn that storm ever again. We got another one back over here that's in an interesting environment. That is where storm chaser Jacob McMillan is right now. As you can see, this is what the storm looks like. Nothing too crazy yet. It does seem like that base is a little bit high on our storm right now, but we're going to be keeping an eye on it. He's over there in Lynch, Nebraska, just to the south of the South Dakota border. So we'll be keeping an eye on that storm. We also have Pennsylvania storm trackers that is in a low data area right now, but they are in Pennsylvania, where we have another batch of severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing. Back over here, heading towards Butler, we have 60-mile-per-hour winds moving off to the east towards Butler. And then back over here, we've got another area of some 60-mile-per-hour winds possible heading towards Jersey Shore there in Pennsylvania. Then even in New York, have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings with some 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, also moving off to the east. So we're going to be keeping an eye on all these storms as best as we can. We're definitely low on storm chasers today. We're going to have to use Jacob at the very least, as he is near a storm that could maybe do something surprising. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on it. It's kind of near a boundary that could end up doing something. All these storms up here, though, I don't think there's a single chaser on any of these storms. Storm Runner Media is getting their car redone over there in Arizona as they are transferring all their equipment from the 4Runner to the their new car. I think it's a Ford Explorer. So they were out of it. I think Pagey's in maybe in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if she's live today, but or if she's going live. So, but hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Let me get the chat set up here. Go ahead and get that set up while we can. There we go with that. Could be about there. There we go. Hello, hello, welcome. Is the threat ramping up? Kind of. You know, in comparison to what the models were saying yesterday, today's actually been downgraded quite a bit. We do still have an enhanced risk out here. Mainly, you know, it really seems like the biggest area where severe weather could be possible is, you know, a little bit further off to the east than what we were originally expecting over there near Ray, Ugadala, North Platte, McCook, Broken Bow, Ord still in a severe risk. And then back over there near DeSmit, Brookings, Clear Lake, Watertown, and Clark as well. We've had a couple of observed tornadoes up here, one, maybe two before this one. And yeah, it's a pretty broad area where severe weather is possible. Also, severe weather is going to be possible back over here in this corridor near Missouri, going into Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, over there near Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire. Wow, look at that view from Jacob. There's your storm. They're riding the South Dakota and Nebraska border. Is July usually very active? Usually not. Usually July, I mean, we can't get like derechos in July. I mean, there's usually still, you know, a decent amount of severe weather that can happen in July, but it's usually not particularly active in terms of tornadoes. You know, we usually get a lot of random flooding events in July and June due to the fact that we have a lot less flow going over the United States as the jet stream kind of retreats back up into Canada. So yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Shouldn't be overly spicy, but back over here, this event has continued to surprise a little bit. With still an observed tornado ongoing here just to the west of Lincoln, still moving down generally to the southeast. Again, if you live there in Lincoln, I'd still be in your safe spots, but I'm hoping as long as the storm continues to do what it's doing, at least the tornadic portion of it will miss you, but there is still 2-inch hail potentially coming for you here in the pink. That is that 2-inch hail. Yeah, no problem, Sarah. When does the Georgia tornado season end? It's pretty much over, to be honest. Unless we get some more tropical activity, the jet stream usually stays just well off to our north in the summer. Very rarely do we get like any tornadoes in July in the southeast. But if we do get tornadoes, it's usually associated with tropical activity. Also, back over here in Colorado, we've got some storms moving off to the east as well, with some half-dollar sized hail heading towards Yuma and Eckley as well. So watch out there. How about Greenfield, Ohio? Back over. Let me get this set up a little bit. The radar Omega. Turn off some things, turn on some things, just making sure. Go, there's that, and then we'll come over here to the models. Yeah, so for Ohio, let's see if we have any thunderstorms in Ohio at the moment. I know we don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings, unless you live over there near East Liverpool. We have a storm back over here near like Circleville and Chillicothe. That's going to be moving off to the east towards like Logan, Jackson, and Athens here in a little bit. But that's pretty much all that's going on in Ohio right now. See that, like if we zoom out, there's a lot of like just little bubbler thunderstorms out there from Oklahoma all the way down even into Florida. How's the voice? It was actually feeling a little iffy over the past couple of days, or like after that live stream, believe it or not. I'm not sure if, I mean, it feels fine now. So I think we're good to go. Gonna take it a little bit easier in terms of the volume on this this stream, but yeah, I guess it's still struggling a little bit. Not as bad as it was for sure, but here's a little view of what appears to be like a shelf cloud or something over here in Pennsylvania. This is near Beaver, Pennsylvania, just north of Pittsburgh. And then this is over here. Oops. Why is that like that? Oh yeah, because I got radar Omega up. There we go. This is still that storm over there near the Nebraska, South Dakota border. Not really seeing much motion in there, but there does seem to be some lowering happening, at least underneath this portion of the storm here. One tornado in North Dakota. Yeah, we got a tornado on the ground right now, according to weather spotters, in the North Dakota area. That's this storm right here, heading pretty close to Lincoln. See if it's still on the ground. Yeah, it's still observed, and with some 2-inch hail as well. Hello from Grand Forks. Hello, hello. Yeah, Grand Forks had a storm a little earlier. That one thankfully has moved off to your east. It looks dangerous, like it even looks like it has a hook echo, but as you can see, a lot of that is actually an outflow boundary. So I think it's still worth keeping an eye on this storm as it stays latched onto that. If it does kind of capture a little bit more instability, like maybe try to become tornadic over there near like Crookston area. We'll see. Just a lot of maybes out today. July is kind of weird month. Oops. Why does it keep doing that? What is going on? Okay. Otherwise should be in front of radar Omega. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I had radar Omega up, so it's showing that. So I apologize. But yeah, that's the latest out there. So we're keeping an eye on that storm. We're keeping an eye on these storms. I think we just got some more, another little batch of severe thunderstorms. Yeah, we got a little update on this. This one is still 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds north of Otis, Colorado. Back over here in South Dakota, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Well, actually, no, they're just saying that this one is going to be allowed to expire, actually. Not sure why. Still seems like this storm has some pretty decent hail in it, at least south of Moenville. Maybe they're going to allow this one to expire, maybe replace it with another one as that storm moves off to the east. The storm looks pretty decent there in South Dakota. That's just to the north and east of Phillip. Oops. Wow, look at that. This is in Pennsylvania. I don't think these storms are going to be tornadic, as they're way behind an outflow boundary, but we got a little Scuddy base on this storm that's coming pretty close to Beaver, Pennsylvania. Pink on radar usually means hail. Yeah, hail or heavy rain. Hey, RG5, welcome, welcome. Please do not spam in chat. You will get banned. Come back over here to Jacob. I'm listening to him for a little bit, make sure he's live here.
Got this little curl trying to work its way back through here.
Trying to see if I see motion. Let me go back into the stream and see if I see motion. And there is actually motion, like right on like the center left. You can see it if you like speed it up. There's a little bit of rotation in there. Not a whole lot, as you can see, without speeding or without like fast forwarding through past footage. Can't really see it with your eye, so it's a really slow rotation on this storm right now. Still technically worth keeping an eye on it, in my opinion. We're getting a couple more severe thunderstorm warnings. Looks like we're getting a couple of updates here in Nebraska. It's going to be over there near Cindy, Nebraska for some 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and 2 inch hail. Our northern storm is probably the one that Sydney, Nebraska really needs to be worried about there. It's over there in the panhandle of Nebraska. And then what about this? Okay, yeah, that's just 2 warnings on both of this storm. Just giving a little update on those. Come back over here to the big view. Oops, not that. So everybody can see their storms, kind of. If you get a microscope, you can probably see your storm. Happy July 7th. All right. Anywhere near Pocono. What state is Pocono in? Hey, Kim, welcome. Is there still a tornado on the ground in North Dakota? Probably. And we haven't gotten any new updates. Yeah, they still say it's observed, but we should be getting at least an update, hopefully shortly, on whether or not. Hopefully they change the tornado warning text if it does lift, because apparently weather spotters do have a view on this thing. So hopefully as soon as it lifts, we can get a quick report to you guys. But regardless, I think this circulation is going to go south of Lankin here in North Dakota. But again, just keep your eyes out for that 2 inch hail. It's going to be a little, that can be pretty damaging, especially to windows. From yesterday, 2 tornadoes in North Carolina. Yeah, those were weird. They had a little bit of circulation on radar. And the tornado reports weren't the, it wasn't like a view of the tornado. It was more of like there were some trees down. So it'll be interesting to see if those. Yeah, where's everybody tuning in from, by the way? Pocono, Pennsylvania. Is that a Pocono Township? There's Mount Pocono. Yeah, Pocono's fine right now, but there are some storms off to your west. 60-mile-per-hour winds heading into Williamsport right now. That could maybe eventually make it to Mount Pocono, but as far as at least our outlook is saying, it might lose that severe capability as it moves off to the east. St. Louis, Missouri, North Carolina, Toms River, New Jersey. Okay. Wisconsin. Nice. Tennessee, Williston, North Dakota, North Carolina, Chicago. All right. Greensboro, North Carolina. Welcome, welcome. I see I've got a couple of people here from our last stream. Tennessee in the house. Let's go. Nova Scotia. Yep. UK, Eastern North Carolina. Nice. Does it have a chance to hit Bemidji? Let me see. Yeah, it does actually. It's going to be hit or miss, but we are expecting eventually to see some of these storms if we come over here. Actually, never mind. I do want radar Omega over weather-wise. I just got to remember to minimize it. Let's see here. Yeah, so here's the future radar for the Bemidji area. We are expecting these storms to become more of a damaging wind threat over the next couple of hours. And that should run through Bemidji by around 10 p.m. with some potential for some damaging winds. I'm not really expecting much of a tornado threat, but could get some severe weather. North Alabama, let's go. That's awesome. We're basically neighbors. Someone in chat said this is a huge NATO. I don't think so. Judging by radar, doesn't look too crazy. But still waiting for any updates. I'll see if I can get some sort of photos. I'll look around to see if I can't see anything. Yeah, there was a decent sized tornado in Kaleo, North Dakota. Earlier, I think, yeah, Lane MacArthur caught it. This is one of the tornadoes that were observed earlier today. And thank you, Terry, for the 20. Thank you so much. Yeah, the voice is hanging in there. That's the only thing I'm seeing out of North Dakota right now. Maybe make sure that our chasers are up to date here. Just for some reason, whenever I start my stream, I have to keep an eye on that. Okay, that one's good. Check in on PA storm trackers. There we go. I think it has something to do with like their connection to YouTube and then how the server handles when they disconnect. As hail, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at a Ryan Scholl stream and he's not in hail, are you even watching a Scholl stream? Chemung, New York. Okay. Yeah, y'all just had a storm come through you guys there. A little bit of a severe storm, maybe. 60-mile-per-hour winds, but that's off to your east now. So unless you live in like Barton, probably not going to see much more today. Like a land spout. It kind of does look a little land spouty, that one little picture. And thank you, Falcon END, for becoming an EF1 member. Thank you so much. That's a nice little view from Pennsylvania storm trackers. A little storm off in the distance. They're still near Beaver, Pennsylvania. Which actually, let's go to give a little update. We'll give a little update for the Pennsylvania area in just a moment. Thank you, Kitten, for... Oh, wait. Dang. I keep forgetting. Wait, no, that's not the right button.
Thank you, Kitten Lover, for the 10 gifted memberships. If you guys get a gifted membership from Kitten Lover, you better say thank you, or you're gonna get a spanking. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of funny words to say in this voice. So that's the one I thought of this time. Not sure if that was the right one to use, but it's okay because the voice sounds so innocent.
Can't get mad at that. All right, here's a little update over here north of Pittsburgh. I got a 60-mile-per-hour windstorm moving off to the east towards Clinton. And then back over here near Kittanning and Ford City, still watching this storm. Back over here, so I think Beaver. Yeah, Beaver is back over here. And so that's around the area where Pennsylvania Storm Trackers is at the moment. So that's the storm. If we see it again, which it's possible, although it is, the road network out here isn't the best. So he might lose track of these storms. So we'll see. That's the storm that Pennsylvania Storm Trackers is on. We got some scattered thunderstorms over there near Huntingdon, down towards Uniontown, and going through South Pittsburgh right now. And then got another severe thunderstorm warning back over here near Salatisburg and Jersey Shore with some 60-mile-per-hour winds coming y'all's way. And then back over here, still monitoring a couple of severe thunderstorms moving into New York, or in New York, moving into Lisle, or Lissell, at Whitney Point. And then this one over here near Owego in Newark Valley. All right, let's go check back in on our... Yeah, I mean, this is still observed. Oops, wrong button. Is this one? Yeah. This is still an observed tornado, still. South of Lincoln, according to weather spotters. So very possible this could still be on the ground, or they're in the process of expiring this. We're not exactly sure. We don't have literally any visuals on this storm right now. By the way, the storm that we are looking at on Jacob's stream is this one over here near Verdell. What's going on here? There we go. Yeah, this one over here near Verdell. Not a whole lot of rotation on it right now. It seems to be a little bit outflow dominant at the moment, but this is what the storm currently looks like. Might be developing a wall cloud. I'm not sure. Is Potter, Nebraska visible to tornado threats? Let me see. Thank you, Kitten, for becoming an for being an EF1 member for 2 months. You love that voice? Yeah, me too. It's fun, in my opinion. Potter, Nebraska. You have some severe weather nearby you, but it looks like it's moving off to your east. You might have been getting impacted by it from a little bit earlier, but I think your tornado threat should be pretty much zero by this time. We're expecting these storms over here near Rapid City to mature. Like if we go over to our tornado risk for today, which is actually quite, I guess we can't look back in the past, but there was a 5% tornado risk like out here yesterday. But since yesterday, our models have really downtrended. And as you can see, these storms are not really maturing. If they were able to mature, there's a little boundary like located back in here. They could have been quite tornadic. Kind of that typical July tornado setup down there, but that never ended up happening. And back up here, we have a little bit better shear environment, a little bit more of a discrete storm mode, which is why these storms are producing tornadoes at the moment. Will they drop the enhanced? Let me tell you, the SPC is stubborn. The SPC is stubborn. If we circle these storms and then circle these, come over to our categorical. I think the bottom enhanced will probably confirm. This one might confirm.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
The NATO warning in Colorado observed. We got a tornado on the ground out over here near Clarkville. If you guys live in Clarkville, wow. Actually decent area of rotation on this thing too. Wow. They have to live over there near Clarkville. Be in your safe spots here in Colorado. We got a tornado on the ground here now with this storm as well. That's north of Yuma. Let me see if I can get a camera on that. Definitely not going to be able to get a chaser on it, unfortunately, but there are a decent amount of cameras in the area. Lincoln, Nebraska. is good to go right now. We have a storm near Grand Island and a couple of storms popping around you. Could eventually see something, but it's going to be a little bit. All right. Let me see if I can't get a camera on this tornado warning here. Just north of Yuma. Yeah, there are no cameras out there. Let's check out this storm back over here near the north or the South Dakota Nebraska border. Still definitely a lowering here, but I think if you call that a wall cloud, it's quite the stretch. Autumn, it just depends. Just depends on what happens. You know, tomorrow's risk is looking pretty low right now. A little margin. We have a couple of slight risks out there. I don't think we have. Yeah, we don't have much of a tornado chance at all. But you know, there's a little bit of a wind threat, a little bit of a hail threat. Nothing too crazy. Kind of like what we're seeing out over there near like Pennsylvania and New York. But you know, just move that down to the south near Washington and Philadelphia. You'll probably get a tornado warning out of it though. Because it seems like you guys, especially in this area of the country, just cannot get a severe thunderstorm warning without getting a tornado warning. And most of the time, they don't produce. They kind of overwarn their storms a little bit up here, which can be a problem. Yeah, latest scan on this storm, still an area of some rotation right there. Still moving off to the east. Again, this is an observed tornado here in Colorado. Law enforcement confirmed, which is pretty crazy. They must have driven like right into that because, or maybe this storm is a little bit of a better, you know, maybe you can see a little bit better in there than what the radar shows us because it looks like it's rain wrapped if it's anything.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Another new tornado warning. Where's that one going to be? Are they extending this one? They might be extending this one. This one's still observed here. Now passing over. Yeah, they're extending it. Okay, it's now radar indicated. But the folks that need to be in their safe spots is Passaic, Fordville, Inkster, and Ops. All need to be in their safe spots there. It is not on the ground anymore, but I wouldn't rule out it trying again. Although it looks like it's moving north of our boundary here. So that might be it for it in terms of tornado potential, but we'll see. We'll see. Just be in your safe spots there. Let me change my title as we do still have a tornado on the ground, but now it's in Colorado. There we go. So that's this one back over here. And by the way, if you're not like, if you live in Yuma, there is some potential for some 2-inch hail for you guys. And that's pretty much it for now. And some 60-mile-per-hour winds coming your way. So I would be, you know, definitely indoors and away from windows. But this circulation appears to be going north of Yuma. It's going to be a close call, though, because it is kind of traveling. That circulation, at least for now, has been traveling to the south and east. Decent area of rotation here. Just that could be like half, a pretty hail contaminated there, but we'll keep an eye on it. Hit a tornado down the street from your house last night. Really? Jesus, that is scary. Yeah, only one observed tornado right now in Colorado. Yeah. You want to check back over here. These storms could be interesting. It does seem like we're dealing with a little bit of overcrowding right now. But according to our latest model, some of these storms, you know, if they moved a little bit more to the south and east, you know, they could maybe be a little bit more of a tornado threat. But if they just move straight east, that's going to be harder for them to do. They're probably going to remain outflow dominant. Go back over here to Pittsburgh, north of McCandles. You know, McCandles. My favorite meal at McDonald's. Yeah, moving to the east of Cranberry Township. Heading towards Clinton, still have the potential there for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And this one is now about to move into Fenelton and Shikora here in Pennsylvania. But it looks like they might be allowing this one to expire, yeah. So they're going to be allowing that one to expire, but some thunder and lightning could be possible there. They did also extend this one here in New York off to the east for 60-mile-per-hour winds, heading towards Johnson City, Vestal, Green, and Triangle. And thank you, Relic, for the €5. Thank you so much. Is it a land spout or a fully fledged NATO? I honestly have no idea. I have no idea. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. That's a good question. Might be able to find a picture. Whatever it is, it's most likely rain wrapped. Wow. Okay, so this is Vince Welty's view. He took a picture and posted it on Twitter. This is near Otis, which is about a couple miles away from that tornado that's on the ground here. I'm personally not seeing anything there that may or may not be something. I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you for sure. I don't see anything in there. This looks like a little bit of an outflow dominant storm. You know, to be fair, it was a law enforcement that reported it. And they can be right sometimes and they can be wrong, but you know, best to take it seriously, especially if you live over there near Clarkville. At least on radar, it does seem like at the very least we do have some circulation there. Well, is that anticyclonic? Yeah, we have an we have an anticyclonic rotation up here. It's actually a pretty tight anticyclonic rotation, which is interesting. Doesn't seem to be contamination. That's pretty strong anticyclonic. I mean, there's even a little hook. That makes me think it's legitimate. I keep an eye on that if you live there near Lodge Pole, and another cyclonic circulation over here south and east of Sydney. That one might be a little bit contaminated. It's a little bit hard to tell. Wish we had a radar closer for both of those circulations. Let's go check in on what some of our chasers are looking at. It looks like Jacob McMillan is still trying to keep up with this storm. He's kind of near a lake or a river, I think. Yeah, a river. So he's got to take weird roads to kind of get around and navigate. But that looks like another storm off in the distance. I think that's to his south. North Dakota. Yeah, we can go back up there and check in on North Dakota. Absolutely. Yeah, back over here near North Dakota, we have a tornado warning up here for Pissick, Fordville, Ops, and Inkster. This tornado has lifted, but I wouldn't completely rule out it producing another tornado. But one of the things that's making me think the tornado threat is a little bit lower for this storm is you can see we have a pretty stout outflow boundary here. And this storm was latched onto that earlier, but you can see it's actually gone north of that boundary as of our latest scans. So I don't think this is going to be much of a tornado threat from here on out. But I think it's still worth keeping an eye on it. And I would still be in your tornado safe spots just in case there's something sneaky back up in this area as well. So if you live in Pissick, Ops, and Inkster, I would be in your safe spots there and continue to be in your safe spots. Yeah, it looks like this storm is still continuing to be outflow dominant as well. I think the only other storms where we could maybe see some elevated tornado activity is back over here, but it is like they definitely got like a traffic jam situation happening here where we have a lot of storms kind of in one area. Not necessarily overly discreet. And I'm not really seeing many boundaries out there. This kind of seems like a boundary here. These might be north of that boundary, and if that's the case, then those will probably stay big hailers. And right now, I mean, they got some decent sized hail, 1 inch hail. This one over here has 1.5 inch hail. It won't probably do much window damage, but will certainly be loud and scary. I think you help for being a member for 20 months. He says he's a new subscriber. Well, okay. Thanks, help. Yeah, I agree with that, help. Where's the birthday cakes for help? Seriously, guys. Help has the wrench, and he has spoken. He says that he is going to ban you if you don't give him perfect case. What is going on with this? There's radar out here. It hasn't updated its velocities in a while. I don't think we're having that problem anywhere else. Let me double check. Make sure that's in like a weather-wise thing. Yeah, I mean this radar is up to date, but this one down here is. It hasn't really given a new scan in a while. I mean, I'm not seeing a debris signature on this storm, but I would still be in your safe spots there south of Clarksville. All right, so yeah, they did officially allow that severe thunderstorm warning over there near Katanning to expire, but still some thunderstorms are possible. Some heavier rain as well. Shouldn't be too crazy though. And then back over here near Clinton, still watching out for the potential for 60-mile-per-hour winds. I do want to make sure that we keep checking on PA Storm Trackers, who is out in this area, now more closer to Beaver Falls. Yeah, Clarksville, Colorado, I think is what it was. Jeez, how'd I end up over there in Arizona? Yeah, Clarksville, or Clarkville, sorry, not Clarksville, Clarkville. There is no S. Thank you, Haunted, for subscribing. Thank you so much. Patrick is in Colorado. Oh, is he out today? I did not know that. I need to be keeping more tabs on Patrick. I really enjoy his chasing. I watch it every now and then when it comes up on my feed. Beyond WX. I just like his vibe. It's such a chill, laid back vibe. He deserves Starlink. He needs Starlink. I'll give him mine. I have a Starlink that I just don't use in my house. Where is he at? Is he like close to that storm? Oh yeah, he's in Yuma. Okay, so this is the tornado warned storm here, with the potential tornado on the ground.
Yeah, this storm.
You were watching the stream in 144p. Why? Getting that 1950s. Oh, nice little lightning bolt.
Inflow tail. You guys see that?
Okay. Inflow tail.
I can't see the ball pop yet.
Okay, he's trying to get in position to this rotation. I did not know Patrick was on this storm.
We need to get on the podcast. We need to get on the podcast.
What podcast?
I've been doing good. How have you been doing?
How have I been doing? I've been doing good. Thank you for asking. I know he wasn't talking to me. Be nice.
Storm Chaser Conga line.
Oh no.
We're in the Storm Chaser Conga line.
Oh no. That's the worst possible thing that could ever happen.
Come on. You guys gotta go fast.
All right, we'll turn on the megaphone.
Excuse me, if you are out in front of Patrick, please move out of the way. Important storm chasing is in progress. Oh, sir, what are you doing? Get back on the right side of the road. My goodness.
All right, we got his back. Don't worry. We got his back. Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on his screen there. I mean, well, he's about to pop back out in the rain. Hold on.
Direction changed real fast.
Yeah. You see the wind direction changed.
Come on.
Yeah, Kevin, you should be able to change it to 1440p now. Yeah, we're trying to see if we can see this tornado. Again, the only people that need to really be in their safe spot is Clarkville, Colorado. This is in like northeastern Colorado. Yeah, we're just trying to, we have a storm chaser, Patrick from Beyond WX is in the area and is like right next to this circulation, according to his words. He doesn't have that little radar thing like other chasers, but his little thing on the top left, you can see Yuma, Colorado, which is right around where this observed tornado is. So we're trying to get a view on it. We'll see. if it's even possible. Again, this is likely a rain and hail wrapped tornado if it's still in progress.
All right, we're in town. We're in Yuma. Tornado due north of us.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Let's go give an update on that NATO warning in North Dakota. Yeah, just as I thought, that rotation, now that this storm has let go of that outflow boundary, it's mainly becoming a rain and hail threat and wind threat. Still got some $half sized hail heading towards Ops and Inkster. I would still be in your safe spots just in case, just as practice. You know, it's always good to practice staying in your safe spot for the entirety of the tornado warning, because typically when you're in a tornado warning, that usually means a tornado is imminent. In this case, it doesn't. But I would be in your safe spot, just in case. Check back over here south and west of Sioux Falls again. Looks like Sioux Falls is getting some rain and thunder. Storms seem to have a little bit more of a healthy hail core on it. Hey, Kenai, welcome. Watching from Alaska? Is there anything going on in Alaska? No. What about satellite wise? Oh my gosh. The satellite doesn't even go to Alaska. What do we go to goes west? Oh my gosh. No satellite love for Alaska. Is Alaska even part of the United States anymore? Or did Canada eat it up? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. And we still don't have our latest velocity scan on this. I don't know what's going on with this radar in particular. All of our data from it is like old. Checked from another radar. Okay, this one's got the latest scan. Yeah, it looks like this still might be some rotation in there. Thing is still observed. They haven't let it expire yet either, so I would still be in your safe spots. There in Clark's. Oh wow, Clarkville. Look at this over here near Grand Island. Just got a severe thunderstorm warning here in Nebraska for some $half sized hail. Live over there near Pioneer Estates and Grand Island. I would be indoors and away from windows. Certainly wouldn't be outside. That would hurt. Pittsburgh. Oh my gosh, they're screaming at me in chat. Pittsburgh's got some thunderstorms nearby, some rain, but that's about it. We actually have a storm chaser near Pittsburgh. Not that one. This one, yes. Pennsylvania Storm Trackers is near Beaver Falls, Pittsburgh, or near Beaver Falls. I think it's just north of Pittsburgh. And yeah, I mean, we're not really expecting these storms to really do that much. Every now and then they are going to be trying to put down some severe winds and rain, but I think downtown Pittsburgh is fine. Yeah, it looks like over here near Johnson City, green, we still have the severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-per-hour winds coming your way there in Vestal. And then also, one in channel 60-mile-per-hour winds coming towards Auburn. And our furthest north severe thunderstorm warning, this is a telltale sign that we are in the month of June, is where we have a severe thunderstorm warning in Maine, heading towards Long Pond, the longest pond, believe it or not. Can't you just call any lake a pond and technically be right? Wouldn't that, isn't just like every lake a long pond? What did I say? Did I say June? I don't know. One of the J months. You know you're in a J, well, other than January. I said June. Okay. Sorry. I meant July. You guys knew that. Oh, wow. Look at Jacob's view. Listen in.
Just seems like everything is just gonna run into too many storms.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. It's getting a little crowded out over there on the Nebraska, North Dakota border. How is it July already? Well, you see, there's this thing called time. And when it moves forward, actually it only moves forward. And eventually, if you let it move forward too fast, you know, these months can sneak up on you. But I'm not upset. I still have plenty of heat left down here in the southeast. So I'm fine with it being July. Not really ready for winter, not gonna lie. Is this still observed? This is still observed. Oh no, they're letting it expire. Nice. All right, so our tornado that was on the ground here north of Yuma is being allowed to expire, which means the tornado is no longer on the ground. Everybody put your hands in the air like you just don't care. All right, that was dumb. That was stupid. All right, tornado threat coverage. Y'all are ready for winter? Oh my goodness, I can't believe you guys. Ban them. Anybody that says they like winter, ban them from chat. Really? So weird how my chat will randomly crash. I think it's because I like pop it out of the screen. For some reason YouTube has an issue with that. Every now and then it just randomly crashes. All right, let's go check back in with Patrick, who is was close to that potential tornado earlier. It is no longer on the ground, but it'd be still pretty cool if we can get a view of the storm. Now you got your hands up and look weird.
Okay.
But that's the whole point. When you put your hands up like you just don't care, you shouldn't care if you look weird. I use regular OBS or Streamlabs. I use regular OBS. We had a week streak of 110 heat. Anyone would be ready for a change of season after that? I've been playing golf in that heat. I'm doing exactly what the Northeast does to Alabama, though. Like every time we get like a small amount of snow, everybody from the north is like, "You freaking, you're a weakling. 1 inch of snow and your whole city shuts down. Are you kidding me?" And now I'm over here calling people weaklings because they can't handle just a little bit of 110 heat. I'm just kidding. That's hot. That is hot. That's very hot. But you get used to it after a while. And then I end up really liking it. Because I spend a lot of times outdoors. So I get used to it. And then when winter hits, like that first like 60 to like 50 to 60 degree temperature, it feels so cold because I'm always outdoors and I'm like, my body is just like ready to go for those 110 heats. And then the temperatures change and my body gets all sad. A little bit of rotation on this storm in between Janesville and Utica. Hey, you got a little bit of a supercell trying to happen here. This is north of Yanktown. Or Yankton. There in South Dakota. A little bookend or southern end Charlie is what they call those. It's been so cool this summer here in Austin, Texas. That's what happens when it won't stop raining. Yeah. Yeah, you guys have just been like constantly getting rain the last couple of days. And this is not even really associated with that, you know, mesoconvective system that caused those absolutely devastating floods, which, by the way, if you didn't know, the death toll, unfortunately, has officially crossed 100 out over there. Very sad situation still as they are discovering the true magnitude of that disaster that happened there. But yeah, I mean, this is just generally like there's no flow out here, lots of moisture. And so these storms are just kind of hanging out. All right, let's come back up here. I'm assuming they're going to allow this tornado warning to expire soon. Yeah, we're sitting in about 13 minutes. There's just not a whole lot of rotation on this thing. I was lost in the flooding. Yeah. Yeah. Just, yeah. I mean, oh, wow. Look at that. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, you know, I saw, oh, it lost connection. We'll come back if it gets connection again. But I saw a lot of people doing posts online, like polling people in like how they react to flash flood warnings. And most people say they don't care for them, or they don't ever react to them. They don't ever take them seriously. So that is definitely a problem. Overwarning. Flash flood warnings are, you know, a lot of the times they get issued for ponding on the road, right? So you get like a little puddle that forms in the road, you get a flash flood warning. If you get a certain amount of rain, you get a flash flood warning. But flash flood emergencies, I'm not sure. I honestly, I personally am in the same boat. Whenever I get a flash flood warning, I never really pay attention to it. But I live on top of a hill. But even when I lived in like a lower lying area, I never really paid attention to them that much. Watching from Wichita. Oh yeah, you guys got a little outflow boundary near you guys. Look at that. Just moved up to your north. Maybe you got a little gust of cool air with that in Wichita. Did the temperatures drop a little bit? Is that why you came on YouTube to see if there's storms coming? Because you got a little drop in temperature? Didn't help the emergency went out at 4. Yeah, in the middle of the night. Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I just don't know. I honestly, what I was trying to say with that is I just don't know. I just don't know how the flash flood emergencies come out. Like, is it like an EAS alert, kind of like a tornado warning, or is it just like, do you need to have like a weather app on your phone to get it? What's the huge red area? This is severe thunderstorm watches. We got some over here in northeastern Nebraska, southeastern South Dakota, another one over there into parts of southern Minnesota going into Iowa. We got another one over here in Colorado, Kansas, parts of Nebraska, and Wyoming. If you're talking about the storm itself, that is rain, heavy rain and precipitation. This one in particular has 2-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds moving towards Ray, Colorado. And we should be getting is that a fire? That's a fire. Look at that. This is Beyond WX. Oh, hopefully he gets service back. But there's a little fire over there. You see that smoke? I think you Dragon Survival for the $2. Thank you so much. Serious member for over 8 months. Okay. Nice. Well, thank you so much. That's a big help out to the channel. This is near Eckley, Colorado. We got a fire, probably pretty close to Ray, Colorado. Shouldn't last long as we got this big blob of rain coming for it. Yeah, I know. His service is struggling. I know, but it should come back, and hopefully we can get a good view of
What do you think it looks like?
What?
How about that?
It looks like an arm, sir. What are we looking at? Okay. Never before seen storm chaser door panel reveal. Don't see that very often. And you only get that from Beyond WX. You don't get that from any other storm chaser. So if you want a storm chaser who's not afraid to show you his door panels, go over there and hit that sub button on Patrick's channel. All right, so we just had a extension here, still for golf ball sized hail, as this moves towards 385. And then back over here near Yankton and Vermilion, still have some ping pong ball sized hail with this storm. Looks like this storm is becoming outflow dominated again, which is good news. And you see all these storms forming here. it's going to be hard for any of these storms to kind of become a little bit more inflow dominant, which means they're eating up a lot of warm air instead of cold air. When they're eating that cold air, that's outflow dominant, and storms don't like that. It's like sardines to a storm. And we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Grand Forks. That's for Winnebago, 60-mile-per-hour winds. The storm right here. It seems to be north of that boundary as far as I can tell, unless that's a new little boundary that it could latch onto. But this one tried to do the same thing, but never started rotating. So I think these storms are elevated. They're mainly going to be a damaging wind and hail threat over there. And then we got another one pretty close to Cookston, Minnesota, heading towards Gentilly and Crookston. And back over here in Pennsylvania, looks like that severe thunderstorm warning near Pittsburgh has been allowed to expire. But we got another one over here south of Lewiston with some 60-mile-per-hour winds possible. That is moving off to the east towards Granville. And another one over here near New York, moving off to the east. Still same thing, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Heading to Johnson City and Conklin. And then this one over here near Auburn, still kind of hanging out near Seneca Falls. The heaviest stuff might miss Auburn, though, and maybe go a little bit more towards Aurora. And back over here in Maine, where we always cover severe weather. 1-inch hail, 60. Has there ever been like a tornado outbreak in Maine? Oh, our music is gone. I was wondering why it felt so awkward all of a sudden. Or the NATO warnings. We got a NATO warning up here. I am expecting them. Yeah, it looks like they have allowed this one to expire in North Dakota. Yeah, as you can see, across the United States, we do have an enhanced risk out over here. It's mainly going to be for damaging winds now that these storms have kind of clustered up. Heading towards like Ogalla, Imperial, North Platte, the Cook, Broken Bow. Might be a little spin up here and there, but there should be briefer and on the weaker side. The main threat's going to be some damaging winds. And we got this cluster over here near Sioux Falls. It's eventually going to move into Iowa with some severe capabilities and maybe a small tornado chance still possible over there. And then up here, seems like our tornado chances are starting to get a little bit lower. Now that these storms are becoming more outflow dominant. Might have to keep an eye on like a storm like this though, near like Verona. And then, man, just a bunch of scattered thunderstorms all the way into Arkansas. Parts of Tennessee near Clarksville has some thunderstorms heading y'all's way. I wonder if we can get a view on that, actually. We do have some cameras in that area. Let me bring that up real quick. Clarksville. Can we see it? Oh, yeah, look at that. Let me get this big screen. That would be this one, I think. No. Was it this one that I did it on? Yeah. Look at that. This is looking out of Clarksville here on top of an emergency management building. Got a little bit of a shelf cloud. I thank you, Bear Kosh, for subscribing. Thank you so much. Patrick's got some lightning going on. All right. Is there a difference between a watch and a warning for a tornado? Absolutely. Watch means the ingredients is there, but no storms with any imminent tornado threats. And then a warning usually means that a tornado is imminent. But some areas are a little bit loose with their NATO warnings. Some areas issue way too many tornado warnings, in my opinion. That's just me. And also, apparently, James Spann thinks that too, which I totally agree with. I think the NWS should be a little bit more conservative with some of their warnings. But that's just me. Yeah, it seems like this storm is trying to develop some more rotation again. Got a decent inflow. It is starting to hook a little bit. I have to keep an eye on that over there near Yanktown in South Dakota. He thinks the fire's a land spout? Really? Maybe. Let me see. I think that's smoke still from that fire. I don't think that's a land spout. Or maybe that's just dust. That kind of just looks like dust. I can't tell anymore. Definitely not a land spout. Might get a gustnado on the leading edge of this, though.
Look at that. It's rotating.
What?
Right there. That's incredible.
Where? I'm not seeing it.
We got it.
He has to zoom in.
There's the funnel right there. See it?
All right, let me zoom in for him.
Amazing.
Woo!
Yeah, there's like no motion on that. I don't think that's a funnel. I think that's just scud.
Landspout tornado. Look at it go.
Maybe it's this thing on the... That was a little interesting. Right in the center of the screen.
Tornado I wanted, but it is a tornado. We'll take it.
No, that's scud. I don't think it's a tornado.
Let's get back on
But,
it.
you know, I don't want to ruin his moment. So no one tell him. I think that's just scud and the fire. You have thunder? Where at? Landspout tornado is a circulation that usually happens like near a boundary. It's not really connected to a storm, but it still looks very tornado-like.
I've been closer to a landspout before.
This is a gust front
Oh, there's
here.
another one right over there. New landspout. Are you kidding me?
Where?
It's been got landspouts for days. No, I guess that would be our third tornado of the day. We got another one up there. Another landspout
Where?
right up on the hill. Still going. Still cooking.
We'll see. I mean, if it reaches up.
Another landspout up on the hill.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
New tornado warning has been issued.
Yeah, we're
Not
kind of
sure
in the
where.
front right
Hasn't
now.
showed
Got a
up
bunch
yet.
of
Once I see it on the radar, we'll look at it.
Smaller funnels up on top of me too.
What should be for this storm?
I bet you we're gonna see more.
Oh no, that's in South Dakota. Yeah, I think he's just seeing like dust on the ground and calling like every little piece of dust a tornado. I don't think he's actually looking at tornadoes there. Yeah, on that one storm we were talking about earlier, north of Yanktown. Oh my goodness. That's not good. That's getting real close to dropping a decently strong tornado here north of Yanktown, South Dakota. If you live in Yanktown, Mission Hill, be in your safe spot. This storm is trying here to produce. Oh, I don't think we're going to be able to get a view on this guy. Let me just check. Let me check around. We'll look at Severe Studios. If Brian Scholl might be on that storm, maybe? No, everybody's down to the south. Yeah, they got Ryan Scholl and John McKinney, but they're like way down to the south here. What about... I don't think South Dakota has very good... I don't think South Dakota has very good traffic cameras. But I'll check. I mean, even if we can just get a photo of this thing, that might be on the ground here. Where's Yanktown? There's that. Looking east. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing it on any of these cameras here. Yeah, if you live in Yanktown, though, I'd definitely be in your safe spots. This storm well, rotation's not as strong as it was, but still a decent area of circulation there, south and east of Utica, moving down towards Yanktown still. Southeastern Ohio. I think southeastern Ohio has, yeah, over there near like Athens, a little thunderstorm with some 55. Oh, it's almost severe thunderstorm worthy. 55-mile-per-hour winds moving off to the east there towards Dunham. Let's go check back in with our land spout mystery out here.
What a frickin' day. I guess it's land spout day today. Yeah, I saw that fire earlier. I wasn't sure if that was a lightning strike fire, if that was like an oil fire. I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah, that's not a land spout. Okay, if he's calling that one a land spout, that's also not a land spout. Poor guy. I don't think he sees tornadoes very often, which is why he sometimes gets confused. Let me make sure we're current there. Okay, awesome. I used to do the same thing when I first started chasing. I would call Scud funnels like all the time. So hey, let him, hey, if you're in his chat, let him have his moment. I mean, he literally is sitting there thinking he saw like 5 tornadoes. So just let him have his moment. He's going to go home. He's going to feel really good about himself. Even though it didn't probably actually happen, just let him have his moment. He's new to the scene. He'll get a better grasp on it as he chases more and more. But hey, maybe one of those was actually like a gustnado. Yeah, over here southeast of Utica. Okay, latest scan just came in here. Looks like our rotation has subsided here, but that might have produced a brief tornado there north of Yankton. Let me see exactly where Jacob is. Jacob would be our closest chaser. He's it looks like he went south as well. He's near Orchard, Nebraska. I think he's going south. And the main problem over here is just out over here is just a lot of storms. This one had just enough time. You can see it had, you know, not really many storms interacting with it, but it does seem like a little merger popped up right to its south. And that kind of messed up its chances there of rotating a little bit more there. But I would still be in your safe spots. This could be a cyclical supercell. I say it would still be worth to be in your safe spots there. Y'all be nice. Thank you, Dylan, for being a member for 6 months, and Carrie for being a member for 5. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Supporting the channel every month. Putting food on the table for me and Chaz. You think that rotation was contamination? I don't think it was. It was co-located with the hook. There it was at around just past 612. And then at the same time, yeah, right there near Utica. And you see, that was a hook. And that was definitely a, if not a very close to a tornado or a tornado there, south and east of Utica. Want to evaluate his newfound wall cloud? Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's go look at the wall cloud he's got. Oh boy. I hope he learns pretty quick, because sometimes, you know, you get those big old scud bombs. Like, what if there's like a big scud bomb and there's just like a very low scud cloud in the ground and it looked like a wedge, but it was just scud, and he's like shouting tornado emergency. He'll get there, I believe. Yeah, I'm not seeing a wall cloud. Look, that the base of that storm looks very elevated right now. You have never been nice and you don't start now. Okay. Who is it? That's Patrick in Beyond Weather. He'll learn. He'll get it. He usually chases in Colorado, and to be fair, they do get a lot of land spouts in Colorado. I do want to check back up here for Grand Forks. It looks like this storm is going to go north of Grand Forks. It looks like that hail core is going to go into Tabor with some 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. But he definitely loves it. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that I love about Patrick. Like I know for a fact he's not saying any of that because he's trying to lead you guys astray. Like, he legitimately believes that those were land spouts, and he probably legitimately believes that that's a wall cloud. He's super genuine, but he also, you know, you have to keep in mind he is a newish chaser. He's seen a lot of storms, probably hasn't seen a whole lot of NATOs yet. Where did I get my start, and did I chase when I started? I didn't chase on my page when I started, but I used to. I've done a lot of different things. I've chased for a lot of my life, just not publicly. I've chased a couple of times publicly though. No, and then I started at least being in like the YouTube weather space on Ryan Hall's channel, working for him, and then I went my separate way and started my own channel. Jeez. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that really fast, quick tornado there? It was like a blue tornado, very skinny, really fast blue tornado. I'm kidding. Okay, that's mean. That's mean. Did y'all see that? It happened so fast you could barely see it. Trying to see if we can see any more blue tornadoes. I'm joking. I'm joking. It was lightning. All right, let's see if we have any new scans here. All right, new scan is in. We actually have another little circulation back over there, but I don't think that's legitimate. This one back over here, though, still seems decent rotation here. A little bit broad on the circulation still, but still want Yankton to be in their safe spots. Still not ruling out this storm trying again. It's kind of been a weird merger situation, and it is getting messy fast, so it's not really going to have much more time to try to produce again. Cloud to ground, blue tornado. Yeah. He'll be the one that gets the big one tonight. I don't think so. I think the best area to chase tonight was probably in North Dakota. Everywhere else is looking mainly like a wind threat. There is still a little bit of a tornado threat over here, as we just saw, but I think once these start to cluster up, that's going to be it for this area, and that will be the end, I think, of tonight's tornado threat. So we might not be live for very much longer, but we'll see. And we'll see if something else pops up here, but because you never know, you might get a storm pop up right a boundary in an area that you weren't expecting. Yeah, look at all these storms. So these storms that were trying to pop up over here near Rapid City, those actually yesterday were forecasted to be the storms of the day. But as you can see, they definitely got a big downtrend overnight, and it ended up happening for real. Storms tried to fire, and now they're fizzling into non-existence. Yeah, I mean, if Patrick actually sees like a tornado, I would love to be there for that reaction. North Dakota is getting a lot more severe weather than past years. Yeah, you guys have been pretty active this year, for sure. We've had a couple of really dangerous tornadoes in y'all's state as well. You know, it's one thing to see like a small increase of tornado or of like severe weather activity, but man, I mean, some of the storms that you guys have had, that derecho, that those large and extremely dangerous tornadoes that you guys had as well. Crazy. So yeah, y'all definitely ramped up there this year for sure. Team Rubicon in Texas yet? I don't know. That's the one thing. Like, I have Team Rubicon in my description for every stream. I just never know what they're doing. So like, I don't really know what to say. I don't know what they've done. They don't really have like a keep up with our current activities part of their website. But I'm sure they are going to be there. They're usually like, they usually show up to most major disasters. It's just hard to keep up with them. Did I hear about Texas? Yeah, I did. We just got a new significant severe thunderstorm warning out over here. Oh, looks like the radar has updated here. This is near Ray. Oh, wow. 70-mile-per-hour winds on this storm coming into Ray, Colorado. That's close to where... That is close to where... Shoot, wrong button. Nope. That is close to where... Oh, yeah, there's... Look at that. Is he calling that? Let's see. Pretty sure that's a fire. That looks like a fire to me again. Looks like there's some smoke back there.
I don't know if you guys can see it. Got my land spout over there.
Oh no.
You guys see it? Land spout tornado right over there.
Oh boy. I'm pretty sure that's a fire.
On it.
Could also be dust though. Again, this is the part of the storm that has 70-mile-per-hour winds, so it definitely has a capability of lifting dust on the gust front. Guys, honestly, I thought when I switched over to here, I did not expect him to call that a land spout.
It's cycling again. It's coming back.
I promise.
It's trying again.
You looked on watch duty, there's some controlled burns in the area. Oh, that could be that. For sure. All right, we're coming back over here. We're getting some more warnings in, so let's check them out. Check back in with our tornado warning out over here near Yankton. Yeah, still definitely some stronger winds here, but we're not seeing this storm reorganize that circulation. There still is a little bit about to come into Yanktown, so I'd still be in your safe spots, but that not really associated with anything here on reflectivity, so that could be a little bit of contamination there. But I do want Yanktown to be in their safe spots just in case. We got like a low precip little mesocyclone there, and they did extend this off to the east for 60 miles per hour for Vermilion, Centerville, Westerville, Viborg, Hooker, Davis, and Hurley here in the South Dakota area. Check back over here near Grand Forks again. Yeah, near Tabor, still 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading y'all's way. I do want to see we got anything new happening over here. Yeah, we got a severe thunderstorm warning now for Mifflinburg, Hartleton, Laurelton, Weekirk, Cohen, and White Deer, Montgomery here in Pennsylvania. That's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then this one back over here, 60-mile-per-hour winds as well, heading towards Perulac, East Waterford, Bunker Hill, McCoysville, Honey Grove, and Doyle's Mill. I said they are extending this severe thunderstorm warning further to the south here in New York for Romulus, Aurora, Ledyard, and Genoa. And it looks like they did allow that main severe thunderstorm warning to expire. And look at this. Our first severe thunderstorm warning here in Ohio, at least since we've been live. Therefore, Waterford and Watertown, no rotation, but some 60-mile-per-hour winds are possible heading towards Watertown and Waterford, Ohio. Got another severe thunderstorm warning in Mississippi. This one's going the wrong way. It's going like straight north, heading towards Raymond and Clinton and Bolton. There in Mississippi, just west of Jackson. Jackson could get some thunderstorms as well. It's like that one's warned for 40-mile-per-hour winds. Now, wait a second. Okay, that's good. All right. So listen in.
I don't have eyes on that spout anymore, guys.
Okay. Okay, he's not calling that a funnel, though. That's good. PA likes to have tornadoes when they have no business having tornadoes. Yeah. I don't know what it is about Pennsylvania's. A lot of times, I swear, especially this year, we've had like a couple of tornado warnings that were just straight line damaging winds. Like, there was no report of tornadoes with them. They're a little bit jumpy on the NATO warning button. But to be fair, like Patrick, they don't really get that many tornadic storms. They don't know. They're not experienced with tornadic weather. So you got to give them a little bit of leeway. It's too hilly in Pennsylvania. It is quite hilly. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Any tornadoes yet? Yeah, we've had a couple over here in North Dakota. We also had one earlier in Colorado. And that's it, I think. I don't think we've had any other tornado reports today. And this one might have produced a tornado north at Yanktown. But it has since kind of lost its rotation. We saw some land spouts today. There you go. Yeah, we saw like 5 land spouts on Patrick's stream. You're a tax assessor from Westmoreland County, Pennsylvania. I've had to remove so many buildings this year from tornadoes. Yeah, you guys have actually had a decent amount of tornadoes there in Pennsylvania. I don't know y'all's number, but it has been pretty active up there. We've covered a lot of actual tornadoes in Pennsylvania. Better safe than sorry, though, I guess. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. The fine line argument from overwarning storms. Like for some folks, it's better safe than sorry. But not everybody thinks like that. And in fact, a lot of the population, if they get like a bunch of tornado warnings that never produce, they stop taking them so seriously. And we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning over here near Paddock. $half sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. So, like, I think it would be nearly impossible for me to make the argument for you guys because you guys are better safe than sorry type peeps. But there's a lot of people that aren't better safe than sorry peeps that when they get overwarned, they just stop listening to them. And yeah, I do agree with help. There's a lot of offices. They need to do a little bit better. Especially like in New York. There was this one event, I think there was like 40 something tornado warnings, but there was only like 7 confirmed tornadoes. Which that's a pretty bad ratio. Land spout lifted. Thank you, Valerie, for letting us know. Any more tornado risk for North Dakota? I'd be very surprised if there was another one. I mean, what we would need is like a storm like this over here if there's going to be any more tornado threat. If this one tries to mature near Devil's Lake, like south of Devil's Lake, latch onto the boundary. That's what would need to happen. All these storms out over here are kind of elevated right now, especially these ones back over here near Grand Forks as well. They are going to be a hail threat though. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, probably. And then eventually they should try to congeal into a line of storms and then move down into the south and east. At least that's what our latest models are saying. That could also happen over here and then come down into Iowa later. Oh my goodness. A storm over here in Ohio just got upgraded to 80-mile-per-hour winds. This is a destructive, severe thunderstorm warning heading towards Waterford and Watertown. You guys need to be in your safe spots. This is a very dangerous storm here. 80-mile-per-hour winds is no joke. Let me see if I can't find any cameras over there. I don't think I got any, but I'll check. Near Waterford. There's one in Athens I might be able to use. Yeah, Ohio University. Nothing really going on. Looks like those winds already came through Athens. Mississippi reach Memphis, Tennessee? No. The boundary might reach you. There's quite a stout boundary moving up to the north out of this. But there are some thunderstorms in and around the Memphis area, but none of them are really, you know, close to you. You probably won't see any thunderstorm activity for a while unless something actually pops up near the Memphis area. None of these storms are really moving that much, as you can see. All right, let's come check back in with this tornado warning. The latest scan, still a little area of rotation, maybe another area of rotation, maybe two little areas of rotation. That's underneath some convection there, so that could be a new circulation trying to develop there near Chan Gurney Municipal Airport, heading down towards Mission Hill. Guys, still need to be in your safe spots there in Yankton as well. Yeah, there was a storm near Clarksville earlier. Yeah, it looks like it's went through there. You say your power's out? Interesting. Yeah, you guys did have a little bit of a gust front there. And some more heavy rain on the backside of that is eventually going to be making its way through there. We were looking at a shelf cloud near Clarksville earlier today on stream. It looks like that storm has come through a little bit. But it should just be heavy rain. I'm surprised your power went out. That sucks. Okay, looks like Patrick has ended his stream. Did he do that on purpose? Appreciate the response. Yeah, no problem. You know what? I got an opinion about stank. Y'all want to hear my opinion about stank? Like people that stink? Probably not gonna like it. Landspout got him. Maybe. No. Oh yeah, Memphis does overwarn. Tennessee overwarns usually a little bit. Alabama does a pretty good job about it. It's still a little area of circulation here near Chan Gurney Municipal Airport. Looks like it kind of got a little bit weaker there, but there still is some rotation there. They're going to let this expire in 3 minutes. We'll see if they actually do it or if they reissue it. I have a feeling they're probably going to allow it to expire. Yeah, 70-mile-per-hour winds now coming towards Hagler, Nebraska, just northeast of St. Francis there in Kansas as well. NWS Chicago. I feel like NWS Chicago does pretty darn good, honestly. You're waiting for my opinion? Oh, you are? Does that work? If I say that I have an opinion on something and I just never say that, will you guys just sit and chat for like an hour before until I eventually say it? I didn't take what you said seriously, Kara. You're fine. Yup. Yeah. As long as I bring up the fact that I have an opinion once every like 2 minutes, I guess I could just keep y'all strung along for the entire stream. We might have to use that. I never thought of that, but that's like a great way to improve viewer duration. Little mini microburst just knocked out your power in Clarksville, Tennessee for a little bit. Interesting. Thanks for letting me know. No, so my opinion about stinkiness. Oh, wait. Look at this. There's sun coming through these clouds. Wow. God rays. That was totally worth. All right. Yeah, looks like we got a $50 or sorry, ping pong ball sized hail coming into Venango. That's like a travel website. 60-mile-per-hour winds moving to the east, and then we got this storm back over here south of Llewellyn, moving towards Brule. All right. I'll tell you guys my opinion on stinky people. It depends on why they stink. Now, if someone just got done swimming in sewage, and they stink, they need to wash. But if you just haven't taken a shower in a day, in my opinion, that's totally fine. And if you still stink, that's fine. What upsets me is that people think that that's stinky, because we have been brainwashed for about 50 to 60 years now to hate your own natural body smell. If you don't have minty breath, if you don't have some sort of product that you're spending your money on, shampoo, conditioner, all this extra money you got to spend. Before, back in the day, people that didn't take a shower, that morning interacted, they wouldn't notice any smell whatsoever because everybody was nose blind to the way that humans smell naturally. And yeah. And I think, about 50 to 60 years ago, they did a mass campaign telling everybody that you stink, you're dirty, you're ugly, you need to waste all your money on these products. And now it's gotten to the point to where people find the natural smell of a human disgusting, which in my opinion is kind of weird. It's capitalism. Yes. That's the capitalism. That's what that is. Looks like they've allowed our tornado warning to expire. We are back down to 0 tornado warnings. That's how they sell you deodorant. Well, that's the thing. Like nowadays, people don't even know why they buy deodorant, other than they're just ashamed that people can smell them, like who they are. Like I understand if you haven't taken a shower in like a week, that's pushing it. You're gonna like smell really rank. But like I swear, I've gone to like I didn't take a shower one morning. I hung out with my friends and they were like, dude, oh my god, you smell so bad. It's like, guys, it's only been like 18 hours since my last shower. It's like, it's crazy, but that's how it is. That's why people spend so much money on that stuff. Think about it. You don't have to do that. Like if everybody just, like even just taking a shower with like, I think like conditioner could be good for your hair like every now and then. I don't think shampoo's that great for your hair. I think it should be like watered down a little bit. A lot of the chemicals are really not that healthy for your hair. But like if they watered it down, it would still probably help clean out some oil, but you want to keep some of that oil in your hair. Your natural oils is what your hair kind of needs to thrive. Bacteria purposes, washing hands, absolutely. Especially if you're dealing with, like, if you're like a nurse or a doctor. Like, I get that. For sanitary purposes, but like this whole like cologne, gum, deodorant, especially for women were like hit the hardest back in the day. Like men, like they tried to do the ads on men's, and it took men a while to come around, but women, they hit you guys hard with the campaigns, and they hit you with the diamond campaign too. Diamonds are not that rare, but we spend thousands of dollars on them because of a huge push from the diamond industry as well. But yeah, it's weird. There's definitely a line, I think, to where like you stank too much, and especially like for sanitary purposes, like cleaning your hands does reduce bacteria. Like we used to have so many deaths in hospitals from just nobody washing their hands. But at the same time, like only like 12 to 18 hours and you're already turned off by the smell of a human. That's bad in my opinion. I don't know. Oh, there's someone in chat named Stinky. That's how all of this started. All right. That makes sense. Yeah, I think our tornado threat is pretty close to being done. I don't even have any more severe thunderstorm warnings up here. Maybe we could still get something eked out of this mess, maybe? Sometimes that can happen. We'll stay live for this area, at least for a little bit longer. That's my opinion on stinkiness. But I have another opinion. Does Chazzy stink? He can sometimes. Sometimes, I don't know what's up with him, but every now and then he finds like a slug or like a piece of dirt on the ground that he just really likes. And he just like, he scratches the ground like 3 times and he just rubs in it. I don't know what it is about granular ground. Maybe it's the granular ground. I guess. Maybe he likes, maybe it's not the smell that he likes, but it's just like, there's like little granular like pieces of dirt. All the opinions today. Well, apparently if I say I have an opinion and then just don't tell you guys. Where's Chazzy at? He's not here. Oh, good news. A Chazzy cam is coming. Here's the camera. It is coming. Because with the new capture card, I have an extra camera slot open. But it's only going to be when he like actually sits down next to me. I have caved. I think it would be cute to be able to put him on every now and then. Well, he's not even in my room right now. Yeah, most of these severe oh, this one is 70-mile-per-hour winds. Look at this. Heading down towards Crofton, Fortis, Why Not, and Bloomfield. Again, this is in northeastern Nebraska. Northeastern Nebraska and on the border of South Dakota and Nebraska here. Viborg? Is that a real town name? It is. That's pretty cool. Viborg's doing all right. You guys got 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds possible. Might lose power, but most likely, just be a loud storm. Looking at rotation, I'm not really seeing anything stick out to me on these storms right now. Yes, help. I do feel that way sometimes, but at the same time, I try not to. You're just reminded you need to dump bunny litter boxes, but it's thundering. Well, if you think about it, if it's raining hard enough, that might be the perfect time. Because then it'll wash away faster. Is there really a Gayville? Is that how it's pronounced? Oh, there is. Gayville, South Dakota. Nice. Is Yankton all good now? I wouldn't say all good. I mean, you guys are probably in like, you might be having up to 70 mile per hour winds on your storm. Speaking of damaging winds, let's come back here and check in on our 80 mile per hour wind storm. Oh, never mind. They dropped it down to 60. It's back down to 60, but if you live in Waterford and Watertown, I'd still be indoors and away from windows. I mean, I'd still be inside in Yankton. Some heavy rain, thunder, lightning, and potentially winds of up to 70 mile per hour winds are nearby you. There's Hell, Michigan. Is there really? Oh my gosh. There's Hell Salon. Hell Smoke Doctor Barbecue. What the heck? Dang. All the Christians got bamboozled. This is where you really go when you're bad. Then you got Screams. What? Look, this is my new favorite ice cream shop. That's so effed up. What? It screams from hell. Ice creams from hell. Oh my gosh. We got Hell Creek. What do we got out here? They go hard over here. There's like, they only have like 3 shops. I'm surprised there's not more businesses. I really wanted to see how far they go with that. Got Ladder House. Probably don't want to get your hair cut at Hell Salon, be honest. Where are you? Yeah. Honestly want to go there. The jokes would be amazing. New severe thunderstorm warning over here near Paddock, Nebraska for wind and hail, 60 mile per hour winds. Let me see where that's going. That's moving down to the south and east. Yeah, looks like they are still sticking in us at 60 miles per hour winds. I'm putting coming into Patton Mills shortly there in Ohio. The latest on that. Oh, new severe thunderstorm warning in Maine near Moosehead Lake. 60 mile per hour winds, 1 inch hail. First Roach Pond. All right. I honestly couldn't tell you why that's named that. That one's just like, huh? Is Chazzy keeping cool? Yeah, we got air conditioning. The mayor of hell. That, honestly, I'm running for mayor. In the city of hell. That would be awesome. All right. Is Tornado Pagey live? I don't think so. I think they were in North Carolina, but there's not much happening there right now. Yeah, they're not live right now. There was a possible tornado in the Finger Lake, New York. Let me see what that is. That doesn't sound right. All those storms in New York have been outflow dominant. Like somewhere over here. I can't find it. But I would severely doubt it's probably Scud. All those storms are like super outflow dominant. That the tornadic environment over there is pretty weak. Or it's like 0. Sorry. They covered Chantal's landfall. Yeah, they did. They did a good job. A red suit? That'd be crazy. That'd be taking it too far, maybe. Let's come back over here, check on these storms. Man, this thing's still warned for 70-mile-per-hour winds. They haven't extended that warning, though, yet. I would assume the winds are, like, right along in this corridor here. Tropical systems last way too long. They surely do. I don't know what's going on with weather-wise, but they still haven't updated their little cone. Wonder if we have anything possible. Is there anything on the radar? Oops. For like future tropical activity? I'm curious. Yeah, it looks like Chantal is now remnant low. The low pressure system is actually over Maryland and Delaware right now. So if you guys live in Maryland and Delaware, the remnants of Chantal is right over you. At least the center of that remnant. Let's see here. Let's come over to forecast models. Come over to ensembles. That. Regions. We'll do Western Atlantic. See if there's anything happening out over there. And then we'll change this to ensemble member. Let's make this big. If we can. Oh. Nah, it's big enough. Whatever. All right, let's see. Maybe a little bit of a signal. This is like 200. This is 10 days out. Ensemble's trying to sniff something out there in the Gulf of Mexico, but it's too weak of a signal. It's too far out. What about the GEFS? Has it got any doomsday runs for us to look at? It always puts out something crazy. Hey, you know, surprisingly, it also has a little bit of a signal there. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Nothing concerning though right now. Yeah, that's I think that's in South Dakota. This is Jacob McMillan. Actually, he's in O'Neill, Nebraska, according to his little radar down there. So he's really going south. Yeah, he's near like a boundary. A raid? It's a quack attack. Oh my gosh. This is not the first time we've been raided. But I do appreciate a huge shout out to PA Storm Trackers for raiding. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. We had that. Wait, what? They raided us. We must be behind on their stream. I still have their stream up. Are we sure they raided us? Oh yeah, it just ended. Oh, hey, look, it's me. But yeah, huge shout out to PA Storm Quackers. I guess they call their raids quack attacks. That's funny. I like it. Welcome. We probably have a couple of Pennsylvanians coming into chat right now, so let's go ahead and give you guys a little bit of an update. We've got some thunderstorms out over here near Blairsville, Legionnaire, just to the east of Uniontown, and also to the south, going into Somerset and south of Somerset. And then we also have another little line of thunderstorms back over here near Center, Sawville, Lewisburg, White Deer, heading up towards Tunkhannock, I think that's right, and Montrose, but no severe thunderstorm warnings right now in the Pennsylvania area. So you guys are looking pretty nice right now. But some thunder and lightning will be possible with these storms and some heavy rain as well. But yeah, huge shout out to PA Storm Quackers. Do appreciate it. Annapolis, Maryland. We got some folks over here in Maryland. And nothing's really happening in Maryland right now, thankfully for you guys. Might maybe get something back over here near like Oakland and Friendsville and Grantsville. Some heavier rain, but I think the severe threats calming down a little bit out over there in the Pennsylvania area, but still expect some thunderstorms. Yeah, no, PA Storm Trackers have been doing amazing this season. They've really grown their channel. It's really nice to see because PA Storm Trackers is another one of those groups that I just like. It's impossible not to fall in love with them. They're very enthusiastic about storms, and they are also very humble. Very humble and entertaining. Can you get raided? Help you never go live. What are you talking about? If you go live right now, I'll raid you. You're going to the meetup this weekend. It's so exciting. Nice. Isn't that in Pennsylvania, right? They are from the town I was born in. Turns out I knew their family members. Very down to earth folks. That's awesome. No SWAT raids. Yeah, let's not encourage it. I don't think anybody knows where I live, though, so that's what I'm hoping. My hair is not cooperating today. Got a little flip. July 12th, noon to 6. Dang. Yeah, if I lived closer to Pennsylvania, I would totally show up to that. What in the heck is that? I think that's contamination. That don't really make much sense. There is some rain here, and there's not like a whole lot of hail. Maybe this is legitimate. I don't know. It looks quite contaminated. What's going to happen in Lewisburg? Let me check it out for you. Lewisburg, PA. Yeah, over here near Lewisburg. Oh, wow. I think they did just reissued a severe thunderstorm warning just to your west for 60-mile-per-hour winds. So I would be indoors, at least in Lewisburg, as that comes through. I think they just issued that, did they not? No, it says 12 minutes ago. What the heck? That did not show up on the... That did not show up when we were back over here before. That's weird. That warning must have glitched out. And, but yeah, I'd definitely be indoors there near Lewisburg. Blairsville, Pennsylvania. Yeah, it looks like Blairsville is pretty much in the thick of it right now. And then after that rolls through, you guys should be good for the rest of the night. Might see some like maybe scattered showers and thunderstorms later on in the day though. Yeah, no problem, Mamba B. No problem. Thank you guys for hopping on over here. I appreciate that. Hey, Livy, guess what, Livy? We just got raided by PA Stormquackers, so I bet you if you put that duck emoji in chat now, you'll find a lot of people that'll join you. And they just extended this severe thunderstorm warning with the $50 sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds moving down towards Imperial. What color tables do I use? It's the Viper HD color table, but on weather-wise, it is technically because they sold out a little bit. It is now called the Ryan Hall color table. Yeah, everybody spam ducks in the chat for PA storm trackers. I'll put some ducks in there. There we go. We'll keep the radar on Pennsylvania for a little bit. Any footage of the floods? Not that we can show. It's all copyrighted. The only way we would really be able to get access to any of that footage is if we paid an absorbent amount of cash, which we just don't really have. But maybe one of these days. Over Poughkeepsies? Let me see. Is it Poughkeepsies or Poughkeepsies? Keepsies. Oh yeah, you guys got a little special weather statement. 40-mile-per-hour winds. Nothing too crazy. A little bit of lightning, a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind. The significant severe thunderstorm warning now pushed off to the east towards Elk Point, Spink, Emmett, Big Springs, and Jefferson. That's going to be for 70-mile-per-hour winds, and that's also going to be coming down towards Vermilion as well. So watch out. Definitely a little bit of a wind bag moving down to the south and east. But all right, everybody. I think the tornado threat is simmering down, so I'm probably gonna hop off here. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in for this little stream here. I do appreciate it. One thing though, tomorrow, folks, severe weather is possible in Pennsylvania again, but it's gonna be more into the southeastern portion of Pennsylvania, over there near Scranton, Bloomsburg, Allentown, Reading, Philadelphia, Lancaster, Newark. And then a slight risk moves into parts of Maryland like Germantown, Annapolis, Washington, Richmond, Dover, Georgetown. Mainly going to be damaging winds and a small hail threat. No tornado chances tomorrow. Actually, it looks like there is no hail threat. Mainly just wind over there. Kind of like what happened today over there into parts of New York and Pennsylvania. It's going to be pretty much what's going to be happening over here tomorrow. Also, all the way from Colorado, New Mexico, through Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas. Gonna have a little bit of a chance for some hail and damaging winds there as well. If you come over here to our future radar and turn on our outlook for tomorrow, you can see that after today's storms kind of roll through, bring it on down to the 18Z. After today's storms kind of roll through, we are eventually going to have some more storms fire along that boundary. Pretty much at around, looks like around like 11 to 12 p.m. By 2 p.m. it's going to be near Harrisonburg, and Roanoke. Then by 4 p.m., Baltimore, close to Philadelphia, Washington, all the way down there towards Greensboro and Charlotte. And these winds continue to push off to the east into New Jersey, Dover there in Delaware, with some more storms firing over there, Richmond and Raleigh by around 7 p.m. The storm should be off the coast there for New Jersey by around 8 p.m., with still some lingering thunderstorms into the Maryland, southern Maryland, going into the new our North Carolina area. And then by the time we get into around 11 p.m., things should really start to simmer down. Back over here, it's going to be pretty scattered thunderstorms really throughout most of the day, but eventually we could see something a little bit more dangerous kind of come down from the north as the boundary sinks down by around 9 p.m. They're near Bartlesville, near Woodward as well in Oklahoma. Actually, wherever this develops, that'll probably be the main story of tomorrow, at least over here in the plains near Pampa. As that moves down, some damaging winds will be possible as that pushes down towards the Lubbock area. Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. Huge shout out to Pennsylvania Storm Trackers for the raid. I do appreciate it. And huge shout out to all of you guys again for coming back, supporting the live stream, allowing us to do this every single, not every single day, but for the most part. But yeah, I do appreciate it. And huge shout out to the mods as always, keeping the chat awesome. And I will see y'all next time, I guess. Let's raid Jacob, I guess. We'll raid Jacob. Let's give Jacob a raid. How about that? Y'all stick around. Don't leave yet. I have an opinion. A very spicy opinion to tell you. Don't leave. Hold on. I just remembered. I got a huge opinion to share. And it's spicy. Filled with drama, too. Hold your horses. I not find his stream? Hold on, it's coming. Hold on, I gotta figure out how to raid him. Hold on. Maybe if I put his YouTube link in there. Oh, there it is. Ah, man, it won't let us raid him. I guess we'll raid Vince. All right, we're gonna raid Vince because it's the only storm chaser I saw on my screen when I went to there. So we're gonna raid Vince Welty. You guys say hello to Vince, I guess. And my opinion is that the stream is over by.